Hello everyone. This is the video recording of the final table match between Jeppe and Faan of the Sixshooters Amsterdam Tournament held last Sunday. Joining me is Andre. Hi Andre.
Hi everyone.
Hi. So we are going to talk about the game, watch the game, and first up is Jeppe's squad list. We see a Kath Scarlet and a Captain Oicunn. What do you think, Andre?
So Kath and Mangler cannon is an interesting interaction. Basically with wave 6 now you can actually use Kath Scarlet consistently and get a critical result each time. Or at least when you have an enemy in front of you.
Right.
Tactician is also great to double stress somebody at range 2 or stress somebody behind you. On Veteran Instincts I wouldn't be so sure. You only bump her up to pilot skill 9. Which
True.
would be, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's true. Continue. So Veteran Instincts, you're doubting Veteran Instincts. Go on.
Yes, because you basically use Veteran Instincts to go up to PS9 where the Phantoms are, where Whisper or Suntir fell, but you don't have. You only have 100 points, so you don't get initiative.
True.
And you don't have any repositioning with Kath. And he basically has a lot of other things to deal with Phantoms or high agility ships. So
yeah, you see the Dauntless and Ruthlessness. Those are cards you rarely see on a decimator nowadays. What do you think about the Ruthlessness?
Ruthlessness can be good. It increases your average damage output, but it spreads it out. So with 7 headhunters this might be good. So it's a double-edged sword, because you might have a lone headhunter that has 1 HP, but if it's near another ship then you shoot the other one and you kill it as well.
Yeah, to clarify, Faan, the opposition of Jeppe, we will look at his squad next, is playing 7 Z's. So that's why we're talking about the headhunters. The Darth Vader looks like another measure against Phantoms. We have a Oicunn, which can bump Phantoms, maybe. So it's quite a anti-Phantom build, if we look at it. Do you agree?
Yes, basically anti-two-ship build, I would say.
Yeah. Alright, so are you ready to take a look at Faan's squad?
Sure.
Alright, so Faan is, Faan is basically flying 7 Cs with a feedback array. What do you think about this list?
Well, in general, a feedback array should be useful against, again, Phantom builds or interceptors with auto thrusters and so on. But in this matchup, he might not use it at all.
True, because he'll just be throwing tons of dice at a agility 0 Oicunn.
Yes, and if Oicunn is finished, then he just has only a fire spray to deal with. So fire sprays usually die pretty quickly, even they only have 2 agility.
True. So basically, for this matchup, the headhunter has no use of the feedback array. Do you think any of these 2 squads is favored at this point?
Yes, Faan's list should have a big edge, because you're facing a decimator with 0 agility against a swarm. Yeah,
true. So this might come out as a big pummeling and lots of dice being thrown. Alright, so these are the squads. Let's take a look at the match. We start with the Asteroid placement. So we have sped up all the simple bits of the video 5 times, so you see a 5-time video speed. So any comment on the Asteroid placement?
You see Faan, the player on the right, putting asteroids in corners.
Yep.
And Jeppe just putting 3 in the center as much as possible. Now I feel like Jeppe could have placed his asteroids a bit better. If you see there's a straight line connecting the corners and the center, he should offset them as much as possible. this basically creates as few lanes for Faan as possible.
Yeah, and you see that Faan is is smartly using those lanes, at least the left lane. He basically put his 4 ships right in front of this lane. So Faan was basically looking for the corners to avoid a cluster, and Jeppe tried to make as much as possible a cluster, but it did not really work out. At this point we can see the movement. Faan is moving straight for the decimator.
Well, Faan is putting a 3 forward, which leaves him right next to the asteroid. So next turn he can actually turn right, or he can bank left. So he's keeping his options open, but he's passing the first asteroid, the one he actually put.
Yeah, true. So, and the other group is moving at a 4 speed, still keeping the options open.
He's already, with this one, he's already assuming that Jeppe is going to his right.
Yeah.
So he's basically trying to get an arc if Jeppe charges.
Yeah. So here we... Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So here you see that Jeppe is making a hard bank to the left. So just before we talk about what's happening right now, what do you think about the fact that Jeppe decided to put his 2 ships in front of Faan's swarm, basically, because that's what it looks like right now?
I'm not sure about it, because if you charge, then you count on destroying 2 ships per round to not take damage back. But he can't do that with Ruthlessness and Kath with just a Mangler cannon.
So where would you put the Decimator and Kath Scarlet if it were up to you?
Maybe in the upper corner, upper left corner, as we see it.
Yeah, I agree.
Here, if you go left like this, then you're heading towards the asteroid. So you either have to parade in front of the headhunters next turn.
Yeah.
Something like a bank right from this position.
Right, exactly. Oh.
Which, not to mention, the fire spray does very badly. So Kath can't actually shoot if you do this. Or you can try to run away towards a corner, and that's also a bad choice, because it leaves the headhunters to cut you off. Basically, one group can cut you off, one group can pick you up from behind. So yeah, I agree. It looks like Jeppe is going for the corner, and Faan is really putting the speed on his headhunters. They're moving forward quite fast. I'm not sure why the second group moved only 1.
Well,
so he could have moved 2 easily, bypass the asteroid,
and still be able to do a left or right bank. True. Yeah, it's I'm doubtful about that as well. Maybe it's just to be sure that he could do a 3 bank to the right if possible, but that still would have fitted with a straight 2 before, I think. So here we see that Jeppe indeed is going for the asteroid. At this point, if you look closely, you see that the Decimator is on a line which will bump the asteroid.
Yeah, so he actually can only bank left to avoid the asteroid.
Yeah.
Something like a bank 1 followed by a hard turn 2, but that means 3 rounds in the corner, as I said. So 3 rounds in the corner just leaves Faan to come in and pick him up on range 1.
Yeah, so that's not really an option. You see that Faan has already some headhunters in range. It's doubtful that they will do much damage, but he's trying.
He does, almost,
yeah, but he still Jeppe still has an evade token. A hard 2 to the right instead of the 2 forward, so basically moving in between the upper left asteroid and the center asteroid. Would that have been an option to cut the turn short, so to speak, to cut in real soon in front of the asteroid instead of behind the Asteroid as he's doing now?
Well, it's certainly a better alternative than what's probably going to happen now, which is the bank left.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now with Kath going in behind, Kath doesn't have a lot of options either.
No.
So Kath has to follow Oicunn.
True. Yeah. So here we see, as is expected, the firing squad getting into position. Actually, it's nice to see that Faan is able to navigate these asteroids pretty nicely. There's no problem there.
Yes, I like the 1 bank and the 2 bank, which aligns the headhunters.
Yeah, at the same range. Nice. So everything has a focus. Nothing is bumping. It's all going according to plan.
Mm-hmm.
And just looking at Jeppe, what he's going to do about this.
Well, for Faan, it's a classic setup of Swarm. So you're just patient. You let him make a choice.
Yeah.
And then you spring a trap.
Exactly. Yeah. If somehow Jeppe went for the right or for initial joust, he could just have Faan could just have changed plans and moved in. No problem.
So did Faan bump or?
Well, it shouldn't be because he was in position in the pinwheel formation before.
Yeah.
And that's what he's saying during the match as well. And Jeppe agreed, so he got his focus.
Yeah, that's nice of Jeppe.
Yeah,
it's also quite a wide pinwheel formation. So you see the center square. Mm-hmm. It's very wide, but the ships are very close together.
Yeah, the pinwheel is getting a little bit distorted. So here we see something you might not expect, because this is clearly going to land on the asteroid. So we talked to Jeppe after the game, discussing what happened, especially this move, of course. And it turns out that during the placement of his Decimator and Kath Scarlet, he moved them on the top edge of the range 1 instead of the bottom edge of the map, which resulted in the Decimator going into a straight line towards the asteroid. So.
Oh, okay. So this was his plan all along.
This was his plan all along, but not the hitting the asteroid. He should have been like a few centimeters closer to the map edge to be able to make this turn, or make a straight and then a hard turn instead of this forced 3-turn.
Well, any shot you're not going to take with 2 ships is going to hurt a lot.
Yes, exactly. I think.
Was his plan to turn right now afterwards with the fire spray?
No, I think the plan would have been to instead of this move, for the Decimator to be a straight, to just hide behind the rock, and the fire spray to be at the position it is right now, and then the next turn for the Decimator to make a hard turn to get close to the edge but still make his turn. And the fire spray would probably, as he will do in the next move, a little trick. Let's not spoil this, but
okay.
Jeppe told us afterwards that he played this game on Vassal against the Swarm as well, the same list Faan is playing, and he actually won. So he knew we had a hard matchup, but he actually was able to beat this Swarm once before. So that's what he tried in this match as well. But unfortunately, as we can see, his opening got messed up when he mispositioned both his big ships.
Okay.
So now we see just a lot of dice being thrown. Not so much as landing on the ships.
I'm surprised he's putting a lot. Well, he's forced to put a lot of dice on Kath.
Yeah.
The other guys should actually shoot Oicunn, because
that's free lunch.
By the way, we haven't talked about this, but Jeppe will not use Darth Vader in this matchup at all.
No,
and will probably also not bump ships.
No.
With Oicunn, very many times you won't bump in a game, but there's still a threat of bumping.
True.
Here, there isn't anything like this.
No, it's actually yeah. I find this a hard call. I mean, this is a hard matchup, but you might have, bumped straight into this mess instead of doing this move. I don't know. Of course, you would get them all at range 1, so that's even worse. But well, I agree that there's no Oicunn threat here, and no Vader threat either.
You can usually do this with Oicunn if you have Mara Jade. So you bump into a swarm of ships, you take a lot of damage, but afterwards they can't turn. So as long as you can take 1 or 2 ships down per turn, you exchange almost all of your HP on a decimator for stress on everybody. You clear out 2 ships and then you pick them off with the other one you have.
True. Yeah. So that is an interesting upgrade for this build for Jeppe. You would of course have to lose something, but you could try to lose the Dauntless, or what's the other upgrade?
Veteran Instincts.
On Kath Scarlet maybe. So there's some room to give this build some teeth against the swarm, and still keep the general idea intact.
But you have to expect it. Basically, at this point, nobody expects a swarm.
Well, in the current meta, with all the 4B and Z lists and the B wings, at this point, swarms are getting back into play, especially after the Phantom nerf. I think many people will go back to swarms because there's less threat of an arc dodger just finishing your swarm single-handedly.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Although I don't agree it's strictly a nerf. It's more of a gameplay change.
Yeah, it changed for the worse.
Well, it does have advantages.
Yeah, so you're still you're still sold on the Phantom?
Yes.
Very cool. No, it's I think my Phantoms will collect a lot of dust in the near future. So here we see Faan even, springing the trap, if you could say so. This looks so nasty. They are all in arc of Oicunn.
Yes, and Oicunn doesn't have engine upgrade or anything that can save him.
No. So this is a lot of damage on the stack coming his way.
Okay, so it's interesting for Faan to leave one headhunter behind. Let's see what he does with that one. Oh, it's the stressed one. Okay. He got the stress from Kath's ability or from Tactician? No, Kath's ability probably.
Yeah. And this is a bump.
Yeah, following a decimator around with just headhunters is not a problem.
No, this is no problem. We can now look at the escape plan. This is a 2 bank. Okay. But this is the top speed of the decimator. This is what you get. And I'd be surprised if the decimator is still standing after this or the next turn.
So there is a total of 3 damage on the headhunters.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Well,
I'm not sure he can take out.
No, there's 1 damage.
3 damage total, as in on 3 headhunters, 1 damage each. So it's spread around. So I'm not even sure he can take out a headhunter this turn.
No, there's only 1 headhunter damaged. There's the first one, number 1. That's the only one with damage, I think, and the other.
Oh, sorry. They're stacked. The shields are stacked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they're in fine shape actually. Oh, here you see, by the way, Kath Scarlet doing a Kyogre turn. I think when we were discussing the opening of Jeppe, I think the idea would have been for the Decimator to do the straight, hide behind the rock, do a hard turn, and then Scarlet to do this K-turn, which is an interesting move. I think it's okay. Moves out of the moves out of most arcs of the swarm, and
it all depends on the asteroids, though, because the way this was set up, he had so many lanes on this diagonal specifically that Faan was able to navigate without problems. So if you have asteroids that prohibit you to turn towards the Decimator, then you can do this.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
And now he's shooting the only...
two evades. So with the one shot Jeppe has, Faan is managing to roll 2 evades.
So he's just 1 damage on one and 1 damage on another.
Yeah.
That's exactly as I said, so it's just trickling damage on each one.
Yeah.
And Faan is not going to use feedback array. So you're not going to get a free damage on anybody.
No, he doesn't need to. This is just target practice at this point.
Now, I'm not sure even about Kath's move, because it's good for 1 round, although it's behind an asteroid.
True.
But for the next rounds, you're not setting up a good follow-up. The follow-up has to be at this point a bank towards the edge of the board, because you have the same asteroid.
Sure, at this point, in this game you mean, yeah.
In this game, okay. In another game, perhaps.
In another game, he would be able to just do 1 or 2 forward and just move next to the asteroid again. In this game, I agree that he is basically messed up with that asteroid. It really hurts. Because now I agree, he has to do a 1 bank if he wants to avoid it, which will get him in no arc on any of Faan's ships. There's no engine upgrade, so there's no way to correct the movement. So basically the Scarlet cannot shoot at anything probably next turn if Faan moves his ships as we expect him to do.
What's your opinion in general about Headhunter swarms?
Well, I have a mixed feeling about it. When you look at them mathematically, or as the math wing enthusiasts look at them, they're slightly worse than a TIE fighter, like 2 or 3%. But to be honest, I really like them for their shields. So I was thinking about this list, and the first critical damage, the first Darth Vader ability or whatever, really doesn't hurt a Z. So what I like about this type of swarm is that it's able to hit hard quickly, and they will live longer in the first round than your average TIE fighter, because they have this 4 total hull, so to speak. In the long run, for the long game, they're very easy to take down, whereas a TIE fighter with its 3 agility is harder to take down. But I like the punching power of the Z swarm.
I don't like the fact that they're less mobile, so you're going to go either slow with them, or you have those wide 2 turns. They're not like TIE fighters, which can do a 1 turn and then barrel roll.
True.
Or do a lot of repositioning that is useful at times when you fly so many ships.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. TIE fighter is able to get a shot in most of the time, but Zs, you see them at some point going all over the place just to get a K-turn and get back into the battle. With a TIE fighter you can do the 1 turn barrel roll and still get a shot on something. So well, in the meantime we have seen the Decimator decimated, and
yes.
This is, I mean, there's still the whole swarm left. It's insane, the amount of damage. And
what is Faan doing with that lone headhunter that went 1 forward?
Which one? The bottom one? Number 1?
I'm not sure which number it is. I can't see very well.
Okay. Well, basically, Faan is making sure that any move towards the headhunters will bump on the asteroid. Well, there's no way this fire spray can survive for more than 1 round.
Well, in general, when you have a decimeter and a fire spray, you have very fragile ships.
True.
So with decimeter and Soontir, you basically have a free ship, a free agility ship, or a 4 agility ship if you have stealth device with auto thrusters. So you're most of the time you're fine.
Yeah.
With the decimeter and a phantom, you rely on arc dodging and 4 agility when cloaked. But with the fire spray, you just have 10 hit points. That's it, and those 2 agility usually are not enough to help you.
No, exactly.
I usually put at least a rebel captive, to discourage people from shooting at that fire spray.
Yeah, true. There's no rebel captive on this list. I thought they were a standard issue on any decimator, but
not on the decimeter as much on the fire spray, as I said in this particular combination. Oh, and he bumps him on the asteroid. That's
that's due to Faan blocking his movement. So Faan probably saw that one coming.
Yes, it was the only move that would take him far away and not towards the edge of the board.
Yeah, true. So he even lands the hit on the asteroid. Now, this is gonna be some short work with all these rebel or scum lasers being fired.
And I think even the one headhunter that is facing away can just use feedback array.
Oh yeah, you're looking at, I think, at least 4 feedback arrays, maybe 5.
But the ones that are facing towards the fire spray will just shoot 3 dice. That's more damage.
True. Yeah. You see one. Exactly. A few of the range ones are just shooting at it. Faan is throwing some hot dice there.
And he's already drawing damage cards.
Yeah.
So 1 more headhunter, 2 more, and it's gone.
Yeah. I think he left some range 1 ships to just do a feedback array. So now the range 2 shot is being fired with target lock. 2 hits. Oh.
2 evades.
He's hanging in there.
He might make it through this round if the range 1 shots have been fired.
Yeah.
Nothing. 1 hit.
2 hits. 1 or 2 hits. I can see it. Oh. Another hit.
Yes.
Now we get feedback arrays. I think.
Yeah, that's a crit. 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay. Well. Bzp. Yeah.
And now he can just use feedback array in the final 2.
Yeah. So it's almost over with the Kath Scarlet. So what do you think about the game, Andre?
Well, it was a simple game. Sometimes it just happens that one list has an advantage over the other, and you just fight an uphill battle and you try something, and if it doesn't work, then it's even worse.
Yeah, well, I think that's a great summary. Thank you all for watching, and see you soon, hopefully. Bye-bye.
4 now? Yeah, it's a crit. And it's a thrust control fire. Okay. And then these 2 will use their feedback array. Like some.